You're walking down the street. You see someone talking to themselves. What's your first thought?
That person is a little off.
Now imagine that person is you. Maybe you do it in the car, maybe when you're working, maybe when you're alone or when you forget anyone else can hear. You've probably caught yourself and thought, why do I do this? Am I crazy? Here's the truth that will change how you see yourself forever. People who talk to themselves aren't crazy. They're actually demonstrating a hallmark of high cognitive function. Today, we're redecoding the psychology of self-talk and why that voice in your head might be the smartest part of you. Let's address the elephant in the room. Society has conditioned us to see self-talk as strange, as something crazy people do. As a sign of loneliness or mental illness, this stigma is completely wrong. The truth, almost everyone talks to themselves. The only difference is whether they do it silently or aloud. And here's what the research shows. Externalizing your thoughts, actually speaking them out loud, has profound cognitive benefits. You're not losing your mind, you're upgrading your brain's processing power. A 2012 study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that people who talk to themselves while searching for an object found it faster than those who remained silent. Why? Because saying the name of what you're looking for aloud activates visual recognition pathways in the brain. The spoken word primes your visual system. This is called the auditory cueing effect. When you talk to yourself, you're giving your brain an extra channel of input. You're not just thinking the thoughts, you're hearing it, processing it, and reinforcing it. This is why athletes talk themselves through plays, surgeons talk through procedures, programmers debug code. By explaining it aloud, talking to yourself isn't distraction. It's focus. Here's where it gets really interesting. When you talk to yourself in the third person using your own name or you, something remarkable happens. A 2017 study published in Scientific Reports found that third-person self-talk reduces activity in the brain's emotional centers and improves emotional regulation. Example: instead of thinking "I'm so anxious," you say aloud, "You're anxious right now, and that's okay." This creates psychological distance. You're no longer drowning in the emotion, you're observing it. And observation is the first step to control. People who naturally talk to themselves are, often unconsciously, regulating their own emotions in real time. They're not crazy, they're self-therapizing. Have you ever been stuck on a problem, talked it through aloud, and suddenly clarity? That's not magic, that's cognitive externalization. When you keep thoughts inside, they're abstract, floating, easy to lose. When you speak them, they become concrete. You can examine them, challenge them, organize them. This is why writers read their drafts aloud, scientists explain concepts to themselves, chess players verbalize strategies. Talking to yourself forces your brain to structure thoughts linearly. And linear thinking is essential for complex problem solving. Your inner monologue is a tool. Using it aloud just makes the tool sharper. Here's a simple experiment. Try memorizing a phone number silently, now try saying it aloud. The spoken version sticks better, always. This is called the production effect. Information that is spoken aloud is remembered better than information that is only read or thought. Why? Because speaking creates a dual memory trace. 1. The cognitive trace, thinking it. 2. The auditory trace, hearing it. When you talk to yourself, you're essentially double recording the information in your brain. People who naturally narrate their actions, "Okay, now I'm locking the door, now I'm putting keys in my pocket," are actually encoding memories more deeply. They're not forgetful, they're the opposite. Let's look at the evidence in practice. Albert Einstein was known to mutter his thoughts aloud while working through complex physics problems. He called it thinking while speaking. Nikola Tesla talked himself through inventions, describing every detail aloud before building anything. LeBron James is frequently filmed talking to himself during games, motivating, correcting, strategizing in real time. Winston Churchill recorded his speeches by speaking them aloud to himself, refining every word before delivery. These aren't crazy people, these are masters of their own minds. And now, let's be honest. There's a difference between productive self-talk and something deeper. Self-talk becomes a concern when you're responding to voices others can't hear. The talk is exclusively negative or self-destructive. It prevents you from functioning in daily life. But for 95% of people who talk to themselves, it's not pathology, it's processing. The line is simple. Are you talking to yourself Or are you listening to something that isn't you? If it's the former, you're fine, more than fine, you're optimizing. If you want to harness this trait, here's how. 1. Narrate your tasks. When you're working, say aloud what you're doing and why. It sharpens focus. 2. Coach yourself through stress. Use your name. You've handled worse. You can do this. 3. Problem solve aloud. Explain the problem to yourself as if teaching someone else. The gaps in your logic will reveal themselves. 4. Celebrate wins aloud. Say I did that well when you accomplish something. It reinforces positive neural pathways. 5. Record yourself. If you're really stuck, record your self-talk and listen back. Patterns emerge. So the next time someone catches you talking to yourself and gives you a strange look, here's what you can say. I'm not talking to myself. I'm consulting with my brain's CEO. Your inner voice is not a sign of loneliness or instability. It's your brain's way of processing a complex world. It's your personal coach, your memory aid, your problem-solving partner, and your emotional regulator all in one. That's not crazy. That's genius. The world rewards the quiet ones, the ones who keep thoughts inside, the ones who never let you see them thinking. But the people who actually move the world forward, they're often the ones muttering in corners, talking through problems, arguing with themselves until the truth emerges. If you talk to yourself, stop apologizing for it. You're not weird. You're just processing at a higher resolution than everyone else. Do you talk to yourself? Comment self-talk below. Tell me, what do you talk about most? Planning your day, rehearsing conversations, solving problems. I read every single one. And if this video made you feel less alone in your own head, subscribe. We release new psychology deep dives every Tuesday and Friday. Thanks for watching. Now go ahead, talk to yourself. The smartest person you know is listening.